Good morning. Buenos dias. Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Muy bien, gracias. Muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? ¿Y usted? Good morning, y'all. I know y'all wasn't expecting to see me in the kitchen this morning. Y'all, I'm going to start doing more lives. But I really want to do one live today in particular. And I just hope y'all, for those of you that are interested, I hope you can watch. If not, if you're not interested or if that's not your thing, please look at the title. And if you know that's something you don't want to listen to, don't watch. It's kind of a shame that I have to put that in there. Like, that I have to say that, like, if you don't like the title or if the title is not for you, don't watch it. So why do I have to say that? Yeah, I know I got some water boiling over here. I like to boil my sausages first. That should be enough. That should be enough. Okay, so I'm going to, that's my oven. My oven is ready for my, woo, 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 for my biscuits. And I'm going to try to squish all of these biscuits into this same cake pan. Because that's how I'm doing it. You ain't got to do it like me, but that's the way I'm doing it. I'm thinking, should I try to make my eggs the way I saw somebody do it? Well, I saw a few people doing it. I guess because I was looking up how to cook using less oil. So as soon as I typed that into the search engine, it went ballistic. When I tell you, I went down so many videos where people were cooking with water instead of oil. I'm wondering if I should try that now or if I should wait till another time to try it, because if Baby Cinco doesn't like it, then I don't want to waste food. I don't want to waste eggs. But I saw somebody literally scramble some eggs in a little bit of water. I'm debating on if I should try it. And Baby Cinco is actually already ready and everything. But I got him up a little bit earlier than I thought it was. I looked at the time and I was like, oh my God, I woke you up too early. So you can lay back down until your daddy ready, baby. He done already got up, got cleaned up, got his uniform on. He done already, he's ready, okay? But he laid back down until it's time. I'm going to go ahead and use a little grapeseed oil. Because like I said, I would hate to try the whole cooking with water thing and then he doesn't like it and here it is, I'm wasting eggs. And we all know eggs is a bit expensive right now. I said eggs are a bit expensive these days. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Don't y'all be on here acting like you ain't never said the wrong thing at the wrong time or the wrong thing at the right time. And people just mad at you for it. But I'm just saying. So I got my sausages boiling here. they're actually boiling pretty good, so I'm probably gonna be ready to go ahead and put them on the grill in a minute. Or I'm just probably gonna take the water out and let them brown a little bit after they done boil for a few seconds. Let me see, is my space over the clean? Yes, it is. I got this up here. Let me show y'all. When my babies were small, I took one of their old Nido cans. Nido is the toddler formula, and I put a hole in the top. And I got some of these sticks, like old popsicle sticks. Good morning, buenos dias. And I used to sit with the babies like in between my legs, one at a time, and I would count and have them put a popsicle stick into the slit that I cut. And that was just one of the little fun things that I used to do to try to help them with their hand-eye coordination and with picking up with their thumb and their finger, and also counting, because we used to count the sticks. So I'm gonna move this out the way. I just thought I would explain to y'all what it was before I move it. One of the twins actually still likes it. One of the twins actually still likes to use it from time to time. I'm only going to do 2 eggs this morning. Let me stop till me start. Let me do 3. Because I already know. I already know his dad's going to want to eat some too. I'm going to turn my sausages off because they over there just are rumbling. Y'all know I have to lay my hands down. I'm going to try not to scramble it too much, because in the past, Cinco has told me that when I fix a sandwich, he said if the if the eggs are too scrambly, they keep falling off his sandwich. So we're gonna try to keep that in mind while we do this. Try not to have it too scrambly, like he says. I'm gonna put a little salt, pepper, and a little cheese. Let me grab some cheese, y'all. Can I find some cheese? We really don't have a lot of cheese, y'all. Turn it off. let the steam keep cooking it. Let me see how the eggs looking. Okay, and we are going to put a little should I put some oregano? Or should I put parsley? I've been doing a little research, and oregano is claiming some wild things. So I'm gonna put a little. He gonna be like, my breakfast tastes like pizza, cause every time I use oregano or something, he always says it smell like pizza, which it does, but whatever. Ooh, that look pretty. Is that cocoa jelly in here? Good morning, Boss Lady Denise. Good morning, Cocoa Jelly. I found you on Instagram, so I sent you a message just to tell you I found you. Just to tell you I found you. Let me put this. I'm gonna go ahead and pour the water out of my pan. Y'all be careful of people pulling on your energy. I'm gonna do a video about it. That's something else I want to tell Coco Jelly while she in the room, because I know she got to go, y'all. She have to get out the door early. If somebody asks you a question in your comments, or say something kind of what you want to respond to, it's okay to not respond in the comments. You know what you could do? Respond in the video. That way you get views from your response. So, like, if somebody asks you a question about your journey that you're on, in the comments, you just reply and say, video coming up, or something like that. And you respond with a video. That way, you can get views from that video, and that person who asked the question is going to keep coming back, checking your channel to see what your response was to their question. So that's something I used to do when I used to do the natural hair videos. If somebody would ask me something, I would respond with a video. Instead of, well, Boss Lady Denise in here too, so I guess I could tell you the same thing. That's one thing, when I was in the natural hair YouTube community, that's one thing that got me a lot of traction on my channel, is that I never answered anybody in the comments. I would just click to like or something just to let them know I read your comment, and I would jot it down. I would write a note, and I would do a answer. I wouldn't say it's an answer, but I would do a video with that title. Like if they ask me, do I use leave-in conditioner? I would click like and maybe a heart or something. And then the next day I would write a note, and then the next day I would write, do I use leave-in conditioner, or I would say leave-in condition, question mark, question mark. I didn't do any crazy thumbnails. I didn't do this. I didn't make myself look pitiful. I would just answer the question, and on the for my title, I would either put the question, do I use leave-in conditioner, or I would say the leave-in conditioner that I use, or something like that. And that method seemed to help for me. I'm just throwing it out there. But I have noticed that as far as cocoa jelly, I have noticed that people are trying to pull on her energy, and I don't like that. I don't like it. But you're approaching your 500. So, thank you, Boss Lady Denise. Yeah, if somebody asks you, like Boss Lady Denise, you're good at your like fashion and your trial hauls and everything. If somebody get on there and say, but where did you get the purse from? Your next video, you can have the purse in your hand and be like, where did I get this beautiful purse? Or where did I get this mysterious purse? And you answering that question, and you have new content. And the person who asked the question is going to click on that video because they see you holding up the person saying, or you could say, guess where I got this. I did a video like that one time where I had got something at a beauty supply store, and everybody was asking me in the video, where did you get your jacket? Where did you get your jacket? And I did another video where I had the jacket on, and I said, you'll never guess where I got this jacket from. And in the video, in the beginning, I just showed the older video where I was walking around with the jacket on, and I was like, someone asked me, where did I get this jacket from? And I get a lot of compliments on this jacket. And I went into talking about how I'm not a materialistic person. I don't like spending a whole lot. I really just go by what if I see it and like it and think it's cute, I get it. So my whole first maybe 3 or 4 minutes was me basically giving a backstory on this jacket. And then eventually in the video, about at the 3-minute mark or 4-minute mark, that's when I said, believe it or not, I got this jacket from a beauty supply store. And then I went into detail about how much it cost, and did they have any more, did they have any different colors. And that video did pretty good because everybody wanted to know where I had gotten that jacket from. It was a denim jacket, but it was like cut short. And I'm trying to get out of this now, but I don't like showing my arms. So every time I had on like a summer dress or something that showed my arms, I would always put on that denim jacket, and it had the strings at the bottom, and it had like the rhinestones on it. I don't know how to explain it, but the sleeves were not like, they weren't like this. The sleeves still kind of gave a summer look. It was just something basically to make me feel a little bit more comfortable about showing my arms. And a lot of people like that jacket, so I did really good on that video when I was just basically talking about or answering a question that somebody had in the comments. Even if it's somebody who said something negative, you can always respond in a video and say, look, I received a comment stating this, this, and this, and this is my response, or something like that. And you can keep it cute and classy. You can be nice, nasty, but guess what? They just got you some more views because you're answering a question in a video. So that's my sausage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the egg, because he said his egg be all over the place. Hold up, y'all. I'm on live. I'm on live. I'm on live. How you feeling this morning? How you feeling this morning? Do you feel better than yesterday? I can't find my other board. If y'all can give me a second, well, this is how I'm gonna do his eggs since he don't like when it's all over the place. Take it off like that. It's cheesy. It's cheesy, cheesy. Let's see. Put some egg on it. This reminds me of a sandwich Miss Patty had earlier this week. Or should I say last week? Miss Patty made her breakfast sandwich and this looks similar. So, this is how the sandwich turned out. Full of goodness. And that's Baby Seaco's breakfast. Let me get off live first. Okay, y'all, until next time. Oh, I'm gonna do the jumping jets, so I'm just gonna put y'all down for a second, okay? Hope y'all don't mind. Don't mind. Okay, love you. What y'all You want friends, you have to show yourself. Okay, have a great day, okay? You too. Love you. Love you too. Okay, y'all, I'm back. Sorry about that. I'm trying to read the comments, but y'all know I'm low-key blind. Yeah, you are Jean Jacket too. I I'm trying to get out of that boss lady because I noticed that I be so self-conscious about my arms, and I've been getting a little bit better with it, but even when I feel like I'm okay with it, I still carry a jacket with me, or like my I got like a jean jacket, and I also have like this, I don't know what to call it. It's longer though. My jean jacket is short, but the other thing that I have is kind of like a sweater jacket or whatever. So that's more like for fall, I think. And I just mm, I just feel some type of way about showing my arms. So yeah, that part. That part. People be like, "Why are you so scared to show your arms?" But I don't like the fact that I jiggle jiggle. And then when I lost all my weight, I still have that. That's what I was telling my nurse. I was like, what I don't understand is I lost a lot of weight, and I lost my shape, but I didn't lose where I wanted to lose. I didn't lose the jiggle jiggle under my arm, and I didn't lose my belly. And they were saying that probably because when I had my C-section or whatever, and then when I started seeing people who had a C-section with a flat belly, I was like, wait a minute, but she had a C-section. And they were saying something about my muscles separated. I don't know, but I hated the fact that when I lost weight, still had my trouble areas. So we got baby Cinco off. Now what I'm going to do is go outside and do my jumping jacks. That's why I didn't want to put my camera down, y'all. So I'm going to put y'all on the stand. And we are going to go outside and do some jumping jacks. If y'all leave out the room, I understand, because y'all got things to do and people to see. But I got to get them in. I got to get them in. The birds chirp. The smell of clean air. So let's see, I'm gonna put y'all right here. Is that Joshua Gabrielle done came up in the room? Guess who's up in the room? Yep, it's starting to sprinkle. That's exactly why I'm like, I gotta at least get 25 out the way this morning, because the weather has been unpredictable. Because my phone would say one thing and it'll do something totally different. So let me see. Okay, y'all can see me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Y'all, when I tell y'all, once you stop working out and you try to get back into it, it's one of the hardest things ever. If you doing a workout schedule, I know Boss Lady doing hers. If you doing a workout schedule, try your best to at least try to stick with some of it, because boy, when you start that working out, the smallest things, that's why I've been starting out with these little challenges here and there, is getting back into it. Oh my goodness, so you feel me? Ooh. Boss Lady Denise. Boss Lady Denise. When I tell you, when I started back trying to work out, I was thinking, I could do that. And then when I started doing it, I was like, oh snap. I was feeling it. Have a great day, Joshua Gabrielle. I'll be catching your live recap. You did another live, and I only stayed for like 10 minutes. I try to stay for at least 20 to 30 minutes when I'm trying to watch a lot of people's lives. But you came on at the same time as somebody else. So I'm going to go back and try to catch more. Oh my goodness, my fitness is zapped. it showed me a lot about my fitness too. I was like, oh my goodness, I could do a jumping jacks. And then when it started getting 50, I was like, what am I gonna do when it hit 75? And that's why I started the challenges, Boss Lady Denise, because I've been reading up on some things, and it states that if you keep your body in motion for at least a few minutes a day, it won't throw you off that bad. So I was like, okay, if I do a little bit of movement and I work on one thing at a time. Good morning, Sandra D. That's my buddy right there. Um, that is supposed to help with your blood flow and something else, and it also helps with your range of motion. So I was like, I can do these challenges. And what I did was I went back and I started looking at people who did challenges like 8 years ago. And I used to follow this one girl named, I think it was Beautiful Brown Baby Doll or something like that. She used to be into the fitness thing, and then she got into the beauty world, and she stopped giving us an update. But she lost a ton of weight, and within, I want to say it took her like 3 or 4 years, but she lost so much weight and it looked so good on her that I started following her and her challenges and her journey. And then I started following another girl called Thick Chick Fitness, I want to say, or Thick Chick Fit. And that was, like I said, years ago. So what I did was I went back to see if they still had their old videos up. Beautiful Brown Baby Doll, I think she doesn't have up any of her fitness anymore. Now she's doing like skincare and stuff like that, because I couldn't find any of her old challenge videos. I, and then I can't go in gyms now. My doctor don't want me going into gyms now. He said it's a breeding ground for germs. My doctor is like a parent to me. He's like, he's telling me, don't go here, don't eat that, don't do this, don't do that. And, his PAs, they'll explain, they'll say, this is why we don't want you going into gyms. This is why we don't want you doing it. So, another one of my do nots on my do not list is don't work out for more than 15 or 20 minutes. They don't want me passing out, basically. So the challenges they are okay with, as long as they're as long as they're not too strenuous. I love my doctor because when I went to him, he actually listened to me. The whole team stood around my bed that night when I got put into the hospital, and I came on later and did a live and let y'all know that my cancer had progressed. That was the first time during this whole leukemia mess when I felt like I was being heard. And that was because I asked my husband to take me to a hospital way up. It's a long way from us, but we drove and drove for me to get to the hospital. I was in pain, but something in my head kept telling me to go to that hospital. And when I tell you, they stood around my bed and they listened to everything I said. And when I was telling them, they knew I wasn't lying, because what they did was they went into another room and they pulled up my medical records. So they saw every time I went into the emergency room to complain about something. They saw that my doctor that I was seeing, they saw that she was taking notes saying that I was complaining about real pain. And I even told y'all in a few of my videos, I did a video, a two-part series where I was talking about, going through the pain or fighting through the pain. That was when my ribs was hurting real bad right under my chest, and my sternum was hurting a lot. So they took all those notes and they knew that I was not lying. And that was the first time, Boss Lady Denise, that's why I love my doctor. That was the first time I felt heard while fighting leukemia. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 50 jumping jacks. And I feel like I just ran a marathon. And stretching, yep, I have to stretch when I get up in the morning because um, since I went through my battle, I noticed that I feel stiff a lot. So when I get up in the morning, I have to do like the whole like scratch, scratch, reach to my toes, which I can't hardly reach my toes no more, but it's getting better. And I have to stand by the bed and stretch a little bit because if I don't, I get really sore. Yeah, it's thundering. I told y'all my phone be telling me stories. It said it was gonna rain today, but it said it wasn't gonna like. It said a thunderstorm, but it's not supposed to be until later today. It's not supposed to be until like 10 this morning. It's still like 6 in the morning. Amazing doctor. And then after he started working with me, him and his team, I'm just gonna put it like that because I love all of them. As a matter of fact, I have one, two, three, four. Four of the PAs are my absolute favorite. I love messing with them. I got one that I even gave a nickname to. Love him to pieces. But he's the one that's strict about testing. So this one particular PA, I came in one day. That was when I was coming in every single day after my transplant. And I came in one day and I was like sniffing, and I think I was like blowing my nose or something. And he was over at the nursing station, and he came over and was like, "How long has this been going on?" I said, "Man, I know you didn't just come over here because." But he had the nurse swab me. He wanted to know what was going on, and I hated that swab. I hate that swab. But after you have your transplant, you may have to get swabbed a couple of times. If anybody's watching who has ever gone through a transplant, you may have to get swabbed a couple of times because if it's anything lurking, they want to catch it as soon as they can so that they can, nip it in the bud. Y'all, and I gave him the name Chino because he got this curly hair just like my son. And I used to call baby Cinco Chino when he was a baby because he just had a head full of hair. And people used to want me to cut his hair so bad. Cut his hair. And I used to just put it in a man bun. But, y'all, when I tell y'all Chino came over there. And then he like, we're in the infusion room. We're sitting in these like lazy boy chairs. He came and sat in front of me and was like, "So, when has this been happening? How long has this been going on?" Or something like that, he said. I was like, "You got to be kidding me." But my doctor, the main doctor, he will sit in front of you. He will look at you and he'll ask you, "So, what have you been doing? How have you been doing?" He's going to ask you like everything. He's going to tell you what all your labs say. He knows that I'm a straight shooter, so he loves the fact that he could just be honest with me. Whatever he see, he's gonna say he saw it. If he didn't see anything, he gonna say he didn't. See, I'm so used to doctors trying to water things down and kind of being nonchalant. I cannot stand the pat on the leg. I can't stand when you tell a doctor something is going on with you and they pat your leg and give you a nonchalant answer, like they pat your leg and say, "That's because you haven't been getting any rest, right?" No. It's because something is going on. Can you please do whatever you got to do to find out what's going on? You're probably just tired, right? They did my son like that before he was diagnosed with a brain tumor. He went in and he had a couple of instances where he was passing out and stuff, and he had really bad migraines. He couldn't focus, and that lady, that doctor, went in there and patted my son on the leg and said, "You've probably been taking something and not telling your mom, right? You can tell us because that's the only way we're going to be able to help you." And she looked at me and said, he may be on something and just not telling you, Mom. And I'm looking like, no, he's not on anything. We done said it like a bunch of times. No, he's not on anything. He's like this because of this headache. This headache is taking him, like his balance, his concentration. It was taking over his whole life. He could hardly do anything. And this doctor was like, yeah, he's probably on something, right? I'm so serious. I'm so serious. I was so happy one day when he went in and a young doctor was in there. This young doctor, once he heard that my son's neck was hurting, he was like, we need a CT scan. Because every time he have these headaches and it's causing him to feel like he's about to pass out, his neck is hurting too. We need a CT scan. And the young doctor, who still had on his Emory student thing badge and the white, he had on the white coat, but he had on the thing to let you know that he was an Emory student. Y'all, when I tell y'all, when they ordered that CT scan and they came back and told me that it was a mass on my son's brain, and they rushed him off to another hospital. When they rushed him off to that other hospital, that's when we was being taken seriously. But by then, it was like, that means y'all could have been helped him, because we've been back and forth to the emergency room so many times. J3 in the room. Good morning, J3GS. Y'all, but I cannot stand when doctors do the little pat on the knee. Don't baby me. Don't don't sugarcoat nothing with me. I can't stand that. That's a pet peeve of mine, especially when it got to do with my health or my family health. Do not give me the pat on the leg and give me some little snobby remark. Oh, you're just probably tired because you have a lot of children, right? No, trick. Thank you for speaking to everybody in the room. But I'm not gonna hold y'all up this morning. I just really wanted to show y'all what I was making for Baby Cinco for breakfast, and I wanted to go ahead and get my 50 jumping jacks out the way because it's supposed to storm. We're supposed to have a thunderstorm starting at about 10, 11 o'clock this morning, but it looks like it's something about to start brewing now. I heard a couple of rumbles in the jungle, but yeah. So I'm not gonna hold y'all, but be careful about that when doctors give you the old pat on the leg and they try to dismiss your pain or dismiss your concerns. Be very careful about that because I had been complaining about bone pain and feeling really tired and sleepy for a long time, and it wasn't until I could barely talk. I could barely talk, and I was like, I was. It was very painful for me to swallow. It was a lot going on. It wasn't until it got to that point when something told me, go way out, go to the hospital that's way up North Georgia. I stayed down. I had to pass maybe 4 or 5 hospitals to get to that one. But something in my head kept telling me the name of that hospital. Go to that hospital. Go to that hospital. And I could barely talk, but everybody understood the name of that hospital. And when I got there, that was the first time I ever felt that they were literally listening to everything I told them. They wasn't shrugging it off. They wasn't giving me the old pat on the leg and nodding their head so that I can be in agreement with whatever they were saying. They wasn't doing any of that. They was standing around my bed with their arms folded. Some of them even had a pad and a pen writing it down. Like, I think that was his PAs or somebody, because my doctor was standing at the foot of my bed and looking at me like, tell me everything. When did this start? Well, what else? What other symptoms did you have? Did you have any trouble with your balance? Did you have any? He started naming stuff that I didn't even name. I was complaining about the major things, and he started naming other little things that I had been feeling but just not complaining about. He said, so when you're at sleep at night, do you have any night sweats? And I was like, I have. And like that was something that I didn't feel like was a big deal, but I was thinking like I do. Everybody else in the house is like cold, and I'm at night. I'm throwing blankets off me. I'm trying to prop that one leg out, like to try to get some type of air. And I love my doctors. I love my doctors, and they are really deep into the studies that they do. Have a blessed day, Sandra D. But y'all know my girl about to come on. So I like to catch everybody in the morning who do their lives or their premieres, because Boss Lady D, she do premieres. When they do their lives and premieres in the morning, I like to watch so many people. And then sometimes I try to slide back off to sleep, but if I can't, then whoever I'm watching from then on, I try to put them on the TV while I do like little things around the house, like cleaning or whatever, which I'm not supposed to be doing. But I'm gonna do another video later because I really want to start doing some videos to explain what I was saying in another video about destiny swapping. It's real out there, y'all, and people are starting to have this jealous, envious heart, and they will try to destiny swap you if they feel like they want what you have without even knowing your backstory, without even knowing the pain you went through or anything like that. I used to study this, so I feel like it's time for me to start speaking on it. But anyway, good morning, buenos dias. Bonjour tout le monde. Bonjour tout le monde. I didn't even do my languages today, but I think a lot of people are not really into the language learning. I know Tam Tam was trying to get it together, so I may start separating out my languages from my jumping jacks. You changed your name. What was your name before? You're the Sunflower Queen. So you were you the Sunflower fan? Yeah, I gotta go. Yep, you were the Sunflower fan. Okay, okay. All right, y'all. Until next time, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. And I noticed that you don't have a channel, but apparently we must follow some of the same people because I've seen you in other people's lives. So anyway, gracias por ver. Thanks for watching. Adios. Bye. Thank y'all for chit chatting with me. Bye.